Also, the barriers, whenever they're actually destroyed, like, whatever attack destroys them, that will not have backlash on you. Watch. This isn't going to do backlash to Micaiah, even though she doesn't have Nihil. See? No backlash because it killed it. And then if you have Nihil, like, for example, Ike does right here. Let me move him over here because he can do more damage. Now, Ike has Nihil. He can actually miss. I don't know why, but you can actually miss the aura around her. Because he has that skill, Nihil, on, it's not doing damage to him. So, if you play strategically, this can actually be somewhat easy. Because you can just have the people that are the strongest that have Nihil on them attack first. And they're not going to take damage. And then you can have somebody else finish it off, meaning they won't take damage from it either. So if you play this correctly, it's not extremely difficult to get rid of the Aurora. You just need to be really, really careful. Well, that's irritating. 1 HP off. Note that if you do not destroy the Aurora in whatever turn, it will come back and, you know, it will go back to full health. If you destroy it, it can't come back, though. And like I said, Ashera will not use her Judge ability on you. She does have a ranged attack that you do need to worry about, though, because it will increase in power after each time it's used. However, as I've already stated, though, she will not attack one person individually until the Aurora is gone. And if you miss, obviously, that backlash of Aurora is not going to hurt you, because, you know, it can't. Use Fortify. Always have somebody use a Fortify staff. If you don't have a healer on your team, use Micaiah. If you have a healer, then use that specifically for healing. What are you going to do? Oh. Yeah, those fire spirits will respawn, but only like one at a time, so it's not too bad. And no, these don't do that Aurora damage. They're still just regular fire spirits. You don't actually have animation for the fire spirits combat, which is kind of weird, but hey, whatever. So yeah, if you've got, you know, Ike's gonna have Nihil, but if you've got more people that have it, because Nasir does, so that's 2 people with Nihil if you swap it out for somebody. And also the ones that were on Nolan originally and Khalil originally, I took that one off Khalil for something else, which I shouldn't have done now that I think about it, but oh well. I mean, Nihil is a great thing to have in here, but it's not required. Like, if you don't have it, you're not going to lose. It's nothing like that. I'm not gonna lie though, that Aurora Backlash thing, that's a very, very irritating effect. If you don't feel like doing the math for getting a double attack, basically whatever attack damage your attack does, for example 26 right here, that's how much damage you're going to be dealt if that hits both times. It's going to be 26. It's just not going to be multiplied by 2, that's all. Yeah, it's a very irritating thing to have against you. That's what the Fortify staff is for, and that just looks so cool. I love all the Rex items, they just look so cool. Now see how the Aurora only backlashed the first attack because the second one it killed it, so if you kill it with the second attack, then it's only going to hurt you on the first one. I'm trying to explain this as best I can. Hopefully it makes sense. It's a very weird effect, I'm not gonna lie, but I hope I'm explaining it okay. So I can take out one more part here. Yeah, we're gonna try to take out one more part and then use Fortify. I think Ashera will probably attack after this turn, not with Judge. Like I said, she's got an attack that attacks everybody, kind of like the silencer that the Lakin had, and you know, all that good stuff. There's one thing that somebody has that attacks everybody in each of these battles in the tower, except for the Black Knight one. Why the Black Knight doesn't have one, I'm not really sure, but whatever. Now, I don't think Makai can actually be hurt by this. Let me check. Okay, it does hurt her. I wasn't sure. Here I'm going to try to show off an example of the Aurora healing itself, but actually I just messed myself up unless somebody else can attack. Nope, Har can attack. Okay. We're good. So yeah, stage 1 isn't too bad as long as you're careful. Looks so cool! And I'm sure a lot of you probably wanted to see the animations, but A, that would have made this LP a lot longer. And B, and this is a big one, is I have played this game before, and those animations will actually get boring. Especially in like part 3, which is a really long part. So yeah, if you leave one like that, it's going to have all its HP still there. Then she will use this attack that does damage to everybody. I don't think your resistance matters. But you gotta be really careful that your healers, your mages, everybody that's got just a bad HP, you know, a bad maxed out HP overall, like Laura, for example. I mean, the Royales and Ike, and, you know, even fairly decent ones aren't going to be too bad, but otherwise, yeah, it's not going to be pretty. Fortunately, that staff does heal itself. Makai will heal herself slightly. You know, any of those skills that restore part of your HP, those will work for you here. So it's very helpful if you've got skills like that, because as you can see, it restored several of my units' health back, at least a little, if not all the way, from whatever they lost. So yeah, it's helpful to have, definitely. Any of those things, where it's like Imbue or stuff like that. You know, anything that restores HP, even if it's not dependent on a certain type of magic or any other type of ability, it's still helpful to have. Now, after Ashera attacks, that's when you really want to be careful, because since some of your players' HP will be low, you need to make sure that they don't get killed on a counter by Aurora if you do plan on attacking with them that turn. Otherwise, they're going to be healed by your Fortify staff. Let's assume you're using it, which you should be. You guys aren't stupid. You know to use your strongest healing items that you have available. So this attack should take her Aurora out completely. She cannot restore the aura around her after it's all taken out. I don't think she can do that ever. It can only restore if you don't kill it in one turn. So, with that, the aura's gone. Yes, thank you for pointing out the obvious. Now we can finish this. No comment. Alright. I'm going to cut right here, and then we will defeat the boss. So I will be right back.